are we doing tonight? I'm doing well, thank you. I cannot complain. I can't complain at all. I am in the land of the living. I have survived being a pediatric nurse for 4 days now. I appreciate all of the kind words and prayers and support while I had to do so. And I missed y'all on Wednesday. How has y'all's week been? How is class going? How is the semester? What are we needing to do? Because what is it, September? And I know we're tuning in from Florida and Chicago and all kind of places. I've talked to people. So what's going on with y'all in school? And hey to everybody who's coming in, slowly but surely. Working on a nursing care plan. Oh, those things are awful. Do they have to be pages upon pages upon pages? I hope not. Oh man, I do not miss those days. I just want to let you know that, I mean, once you graduate, I doubt if you have to do that. Like, it's click, 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 click. And like now they even have where like once you've admitted the patient and you know, their orders are initiated and you did an assessment and all that stuff is in, they have suggested plans. So it's like, okay, impaired gas exchange and this and self-care deficit. Like you just click what's appropriate and then you chart on it. I mean, I don't know. The benefit of writing a care plan, so you know ADPI. So ADPI is going to follow you all the days of your nursing career, with your assessment, your diagnosis, your plan and implementation and evaluation. That is how we determine if our actions are going to be effective for the patient. And like the nursing part of it, not like you administering medicine or doing all of the doctor's orders, but like the nursing part of your care plan, keeping the patient safe, making sure that they're doing their incentives barometer, turning, coughing, deep breathing, making sure they're safe, making sure that they're maintaining independence. All of that stuff is part of your care plans. So I don't know what's going on out there. But I'm glad I'm in here. Oh goodness, Sunshine got in trouble, it sounds like. Oh goodness, trying to study for exam 1 and you don't know how to start, Daya. Like what kind of exam? Is it a dosage calculation exam? Let me get my questions ready. Y'all ever had a song stuck like in your head and it just won't go away? That's how I am right now. Okay, so if y'all are ready, we have 11 people here. Yay! Welcome, Study Buddy Sunday, the supplementation to Work It Out Wednesday, where I am Nurse C, your friendly neighborhood RN who loves dosage calculations problems. We come here on live on multiple platforms. The replay is on my YouTube channel, so if you would like to go back and reference what we did tonight, you can catch it there. A Blessed RN. Here is my tutoring, if, you know, because people ask, do you do private tutor? Yes, I do. But this is my space for the nursing students to come and to ask questions, and we're gonna break down dosage calculation problems that have been giving y'all the blues. Okay, so if you have questions, you know, y'all are free to drop them in the chat. And if you have requested problems that you would like to see on Work It Out Wednesday, you can throw those in the chat. My DMs are open. I am a real live person. I'm also a practicing nurse. So if I don't respond to you immediately, please forgive me. But I will try my best to help out whoever I can when I can. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. All right, so you know how we start. We do the metric conversions first. So what are we doing tonight, y'all? Are we dimensional analysis? Are we ratio and proportion? Or are we desired over half? What we doing? What are we doing? Dimensional analysis, okay. That seems to be a fan favorite. Now, y'all know my story. I was the ratio and proportion queen, and I despise dimensional analysis, but like honestly, it's the way to go. You can solve any dosage calculation problem using dimensional analysis. Now, ratio and proportion you can get away with. It's just a couple of extra steps that you might need to take to get to a point where you can set it up as a ratio and then cross multiply and divide and solve for x. Desired over half, it's good for tablets and oral and some parenteral, some you know, injections. But once you get to your critical drips, like your micrograms per kilogram per minute and safe dosage, it really doesn't work. So if you would like me to break it down any other way, y'all know, just put it in the chat and comment. If you're new here, welcome. If these lives help you, please like it throughout our session so the algorithm can pick it up and let other student nurses know that we are here breaking down dosage calc problems. All right, let's get into it. 1.25 grams equals how many micrograms? So we have been requested to do dimensional analysis. So when you do these type of problems with metric conversions, it's helpful to start off with the conversions that you know and write them out on the side. So we know that that 1 gram equals 1,000 milligrams, and we know that 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. All right, so we are looking for microgram. The way that I do my dimensional analysis is I start with what it is that I'm looking for. If you do it, disclaimer, if you do it a different way, you do it your way. Don't try to switch it up. If it works for you, I want to start what I have or whatever. That's fine. But here, I'm finna start with what I'm looking for, because if you start with what you're looking for, you got to go find it. Okay. All right. So we have this conversion right here, don't we? So I'm gonna start with my micrograms, because that's what I'm looking for, over milligram. So 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. Okay. So next we need milligrams to grams. So milligram is at the bottom. We need whatever is on the bottom to cross out with what is on the top. Okay. So milligrams is going on the top, grams is going on the bottom. My milligrams crossed out. It's 1,000 milligrams per 1 gram. All right, and so now I can use this right here, my gram that I was given in the problem, to to put on the top so that it'll cross out with the gram that is on the bottom. So 1.25 grams. My grams crossed out. Everything is crossed out except for what it is that we're looking for, which is micrograms. Okay. Go to my handy dandy calculator. I still haven't found my scientific calculator that Leilani lost. I found my AirPod. It's something else that I found that she lost. But I haven't found this big, huge calculator. Alrighty. So 1.2 grams equals 1,250,000 micrograms. Okay? Now you see how you can't just go from, oh, just times it by 1,000. That's a two-stepper. You can't just go from grams to micrograms, because, well, you could if you multiplied it by the million, but how many, do you know off the top of your head that there are a million micrograms in 1 gram? Some people do, some people don't. But if you know these steps, you go from step to step, you cross out your units, and you make sure that everything lines up, and then that's the first sure way to get the problem. Okay? Next. 10 teaspoons is how many milliliters? So we know that 1 teaspoon equals 5 mLs, okay? So I'm going to start with what I am looking for, which is going to be milliliters, okay? So milliliters on the top, teaspoons on the bottom. So 1 teaspoon is 5 mLs. Now I can use my teaspoons from right here. Teaspoons cross out, and you multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, divide. And so 50 divided by 1 is going to be 50, and it is 50 mLs. Thank you for the shares, Monique. How you doing this evening? I'm gonna go and check on my other folks, make sure we got everybody with us. Docs, check. All right. You're welcome, it's Mimi. You're very welcome. What program are you in? Y'all let me know what program y'all in. Y'all in LPN, RN, Accelerated, BSN. I know sometimes we have some pharmacy technicians and other healthcare workers who are in med math. Yes, Kayla! Oh, snap! That's what I'm talking about. Yes, awesome. Congratulations. I know that is a great weight off of your back. Congratulations. Yes, I love it. I love it when y'all come on here and tell me that. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. All right. I know you were. Okay. Okay, ADN. Well, associate program. Okay, that's cool. So we're looking for kilograms. I'm gonna start with kilogram. And we know that 1 kg equals 2.2 pounds. Then 117 pounds is what we were given in the problem, and it crosses out. Oh, boo, med surg. I'm a med surg nurse, but those tests were something else. You have 5 right answers. You have to pick the rightest of the right. Like, seriously? You have 5 oranges. Which is the oranges of orange? Like, what? Okay, 53.18 kgs. I'm a pharmacy tech, but I'm in an accelerated program, 15 months right now. Okay. Hey, Miss Carline. My baby is feeling very sore. Her throat is bothering her. They said that on day 4 through 7 was going to be worse because she was on steroids at first, and now those are completed, and her throat was bothering her a little bit more than what it has been, but she's getting through it. Thank you for asking about her. All right. 66 kilograms and how many pounds? So 1 kg equals 2.2 pounds. Okay. Yep. Yeah, you got it. Y'all know how, look, y'all can do this stuff. I promise you, you can. Nursing school is very doable, and I'm very proud of all of y'all. And it takes a lot to even look for like resources and want to do something. So you know what I'm saying? Y'all got it. Y'all are handling it. Okay. So I'm looking for pounds. So I'm gonna start off with what I'm looking for. So that's gonna be that 2.2 pounds equals 1 kilogram. We know that kilogram is at the bottom, so it has to be at the top. And oh, my mom is on my YouTube live. Talk about her grandbaby didn't have my calculator. And yes, she did. She also had my Apple Pencil, and she had my AirPod too. And she's lost the remote to my TV in my room. So, all right. Anywho, 66 kilograms. We're gonna cross out kilograms because what's on the bottom has to cross out with what's on the top. Okay. So now you can multiply across the bottom and multiply across the multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, divide. So 2.2 times 66 is going to be 145.2 pounds, okay? Yes, ma'am. Yes, Glenda. Yes, Glenda. Alrighty. So, oh snap. It's one with 18 pounds and 11 ounces. So, we're going to need to convert... We're going to need to convert this to pounds before we do the other conversion, right? So, how do we do that? So the 18 pounds, that's going to be your pounds part, okay? So you need to address the ounces. There are 16 ounces in 1 pound, okay? So if we do... You get 11 over 16, don't you? So your ounces are going to cross out, and that's how you find out how many pounds that you have. So that's going to be your decimal part. So 11 divided by 16 is 0.6875. We're just going to stop at 68. So 18 plus, and then you add this to this number right here. So 18.68 pounds. And now you can do your conversion. So we're looking for kilograms. 1 kg over 2.2 pounds multiplied by 18.68 pounds. On the top, on the bottom, they cross out. 18.68 divided by 2.2 is 8.49 kilograms, okay? All right, y'all good and warmed up now? Let's get into some harder stuff. 0.5 grams by mouth, twice a day. Available is 30 milligrams per milliliter. How many mLs would you give for 1 dose? Okay, are we still just doing dimensional analysis? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Yes. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Okay. I got 2 yeses. I'm looking on YouTube. No, ain't nobody said nothing. Okay. I'm going to Facebook. Nope. Ain't nobody said nothing. All right. So this is your order. This is the medicine. And then we're looking for milliliters. So, question mark, milliliters. Okay? So, I'm going to start with what I am looking for. That's my rule. Okay? So, 1 ml over 30 milligrams. That comes from the available medicine that you have. All right, we have milligrams on the bottom, so we need milligrams on the top to cross it out. But look, our ordered dose is in grams, so therefore we're going to have to put in a metric conversion. So if you have milligrams over grams, you know that 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. Okay, so now you can cross your milligrams out. Not equal. Hold on, slow down. All right. So then Now we can put in the ordered dose, which is in grams. So 0.5 grams. We are only, hey Zach, how you doing? Mr. Dimensional Analysis himself has popped up into the live. Hey. So, hey Lady T. So, grams are going to cross out. The order says 0.5 grams by mouth twice a day. So that means you will give that medicine 0.5 grams of it twice in a day. So there are 2 doses in that day. We only need to know how much 1 dose is. So we are finished, okay? Nothing else needs to be done. All right, so you will multiply across the top and multiply across the bottom and then divide. So 1,000 times 0.5 is going to be 500, and then 30 times 1 is 30. So 500 divided by 30 is going to be 16.6 repeating, and we're going to round this on up to 16.7. If it asks you to do 1 decimal place, if it asks you to round to a whole number, of course you would do 17, okay? Milliliters. We good? We good? All right. That was another little easy one. Carlene. All righty. How you doing? So, the provider orders a 500 milliliter bag of IV normal saline to infuse at 20 drops per minute. The drop factor is 10 drops per milliliters. You start the IV infusion at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's the time I'm about to go home. At what time will the infusion be complete? Okay. So, a lot of people tell me that the issue when it comes to solving dosage calculations problems is to know what it is that you're solving for and how you use the information. So let's look at what we have here. Your ordered volume is this, 500 milliliters, okay? You can give an IV 2 ways. Drip, which is by gravity, so you'll have a drop factor, and that'll always be drops per minute. Or you can give it in an IV pump, which is going to be milliliters per hour. This has a drop factor, so we know that it's going to go by gravity, and our end result is going to be drops per minute, okay? So, this is asking us at what time will the infusion be complete. So we need hours, okay? So I'm going to start with hours because that is what I'm looking for, all right? So do we have anything with hours in it or time in it? Yeah, you have your drop factor, which is right here, but it's in minutes. So I'm going to start out with the conversion, okay? So I'm going to put my hours on the top because I want to know how many hours it's going to take for this bag that's got a drip factor going, a 500 ml bag to go. All right. So 1 hour is 60 minutes. Now we can put our drop factor on there. So 20 drops. That's not our drop factor. That's our rate. I'm sorry. I'm saying drop factor. I mean to say rate. I do not want to confuse anybody. This is your drop factor, okay? A drop factor is always going to be drops per milliliter. So it's how many drops will drip in the chamber to deliver 1 milliliter of medicine. I misspoke. I know y'all come for me in a minute, so I had to go ahead and clear the air. All right, so back to what we were doing. 20 drops per goodness. So 20 drops per minute. That's our drop factor. That's our rate. So minute over 20 drops. So that's going to cross out, right? Okay. So now we have our drop factor because that's your drops need to cross out because those are on the bottom. So 10 drops per ml. Drops going to cross out. Now we have hour over milliliter. What do we have left? our 500 milliliter bag. So 500 milliliters crossed out. Everything has crossed out that was on the top and the bottom except for what we're looking for, which is hours. So now we can solve the problem, okay? So 10 times 500 is 5,000 divided by 60 divided by 20. So 60 times 20 is 1,200. So 5,000 divided by 1,200 is going to be 4 hours. Well, 4.1666 repeating hours. All right. So this is just hours. We need to know what time it's going to be done, right? So what is 0.16 of an hour? You have to figure that part out. So this is your hours. This is your minutes. To find out how many minutes 0.16 is, you're going to take 0.16 and multiply it by 60, okay? So 0.16 times 60 is going to be 9.6, okay? So you can go ahead and bump that up to 10 minutes. So let's say 4 hours and 10 minutes. So what is 4 hours and 10 minutes from 5 o'clock in the morning? So think of this part as your hours and these two right here as your minutes. We're going to add 4 hours and 10 minutes. So this infusion should be done at 9:10 in the morning. Y'all are quiet. Do we understand why we did these things? There you go, Glenda. There you go. Is there any part on here that I need to revisit? Hey, Danny, I do have some pediatric weight base. Do I? I got to say dosage. Yeah. Y'all all right? Can I move on? Do we understand why we did the things that we did here? If not, I'm going to go on to the next problem. We're here so we can, in all of our getting, get understanding, amen. Okay? So, y'all let me know. I'm going on. I'm going on. Go ahead. We can do another in the future. Okay. Oh, look at that. It's another one. Yay. Okay, we good. We good. All right. Cool beans. All right. 1 liter of lactated ringers to infuse at 75 drops per minute. The drop factor is 15 drops per milliliter. How long will it take for the infusion to complete? Okay. So we are going to be looking for hours and minutes, right? So we're going to go, we're finding the hours and then we'll convert it if it has the decimal behind it to hours and the minutes. Okay, so we are given 1 liter. That's fluff. This is the rate that it's going to be going at. So that's how many drops per minute is in the little drip chamber, dripping. And this is your drop factor. Okay, so we're starting with hours. So 1 hour over 60 minutes. Because we won't have anything with hours in it, do we? But we have something with minutes. So let's go to our rate now. 1 minute over 75 drops. Minutes is going to cross out. We good? All right. So now we have 15 drops per milliliter. So we'll do our 15 drops on the top and your 1 milliliter on the bottom. So drops are going to cross out. Okay. Lastly, we have the liter that was ordered, but we have milliliters on the bottom, don't we? So we're going to have to include a metric conversion. So milliliters on the top and liters on the bottom. We know that 1 liter, I ain't got no space. I don't have enough space. 1,000 milliliters is 1 liter. So your milliliters are crossing out. And then you have 1 liter from the problem. So everything has crossed out except for hours. So now we can multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and then divide. So 15 times 1,000 is going to be 15,000. And then 60 times 75 times 1 is 4,500. So 15,000 divided by 4,500 is going to be 3.3 repeating hours. So we need hours and minutes. So remember, this is your hour. This is your minutes. So we know we got 3 hours, but how many minutes do we have? So take that 0.33, if you will, and times it by 60. So 0.33 times 60 is going to be 19.8. That's 20 minutes. So 3 hours and 20 minutes is needed to infuse your IV. How we feel? Yep, like it. Yeah, you like it, I appreciate the likes, Naya. I appreciate the likes and the shares. Thank you so much. Yep, okay. Oh my, okay, what's the oh my? Let me know before I go on. Let me know before I go on. Quill's Glory. What is it? I'm gonna go on to the next. And then if you got a question, we can go back, okay? I always feel so awkward on lives. Like, I mean, I know y'all are there. Like, hello out in TV land or whatever. But, I don't know. I feel like Dora the Explorer when she was like, can you find the what you call it? And then she like blinks like and waits for you to respond. Like, I don't know. Hey, Alicia. We just trying to process. You out here trying to function. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. Like, I don't know. It's just because it's awkward silence on my end, and I don't know what to do with my hands. But okay, we have another one. We have a heparin problem. Yes, a heparin problem. And let's get it. No. We will not roll our eyes at heparin. Heparin is a great drug. It is good for our patients who have a fib, who have DVTs, who have arrhythmias, who are post-MI. I mean, just all kind of things, okay? So that they won't get clots. And we know we need enough to be therapeutic, but not too much to be toxic. So we got to go by the weight base because it's a weight-based problem. All right, so let's do it. Heparin ordered infusion is 18 units per kilogram per hour. The patient weighs 130 pounds. Available is a 500 ml bag that reads 25 units per 500 mLs. You start the infusion at 2 o'clock on 11/11. At what time will the infusion be complete? So this is like, whoa, heparin mixed with IV mixed with time elapsed. But we're going to go through it, okay? Because sometimes you get these complicated problems and we just need to know what it's asking us. So first, if you have been to my lives before, you know that I go by PPP. And not the loan that I did not get during COVID, but patient prescription product. Patient prescription product is going to help you find, like in these types of questions or in weight-based questions, the elements that you need to solve, because you can get lost in these questions and you don't know where to start, what to use. So PPP, patient prescription product. So the patient is going to be the weight of the patient. Hey Alicia, how you doing? Alrighty, so that's 130 pounds, okay? The prescription is your order, because it's by the prescriber, okie dokie. That's going to be that 18 units per kilogram per hour, alright? Then our product is the medicine that is going to be infusing, which is your heparin. Hey Portia, hey, how you doing? It's good to see y'all tonight. How are you? Okay, so the product is 25,000 units per 500 mLs. Remember, you always want to concentrate on the concentration. Your concentration is going to be your weight over your volume. That's the medicine. So right here it says it's a 500 ml bag. And you're like, okay, what do I do with that? That's fluff right here, okay? At this point, this is fluff. So this is what you need, all right? So what is the first 500? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's fluff. It's fluff. It's just telling you have a bag that's 500 milliliters. Okay, that's fine. You have a 500 ml bag. That's cool. But this is telling you right here the concentration, and you concentrate on the concentration, all right? With your reconstitution problems, your weight-based, anything, the weight, which is going to be units, milliequivalents, milliosmoles, units, milligrams, grams, whatever, over liters or milliliters, okay? That's that. All right, so what we need to do is find time, because it's asking for the time. All right, so we want to know how many hours will this take to complete. What y'all think we should start with? Hours, right? So let's start. Because don't we usually have this? Don't if you flip-flop it, it's the same? Alright. So we start with that. We have units at the bottom. Let's do 25,000 units over 500 mLs. So our units are going to cross out. Alrighty. So now you have your 500 ml bag, which is going to cross out. So we need kilograms, right? So you got kilograms and you got pounds. So 2.2 pounds over 1 kilogram. It's going to cross out. And then you can put your pounds at the bottom. The Coke. Wait a minute. School ain't got y'all like that, do it? Oh, goodness. That is actually your bag. So, that's your bag. That's your bag, okay? So you multiply across the bottom, multiply across the top. You'll get 23.5 hours. So your 0.5 is times by 60, which is 30 minutes. So you got 23 hours and 30 minutes of product, of Coke. I'm sorry, that was hilarious. Okay, we needed that to kind of break up this one. How do you know which one to start with? I always start with what it is that I'm looking for. So on another one, I can show you again whatever the problem is asking. If it's as for milligrams, milliliters, milliliters over hours, units, whatever it is that I'm looking for, I don't want to have to go and look for it. Everything else we know it's got to cross out. So if you start with hours, then you can cross everything else out. If you start with milliliters on the top and you need milliliters on the top, and then you work through it and then you have hours on the bottom because it's asking you the rate, you have milliliters over hours. All right. So if you start at at 0 to 100 on the 11th, okay? If you add, okay, so this one is a little tricky because you got like it going from one day to the next almost, yeah. So let's add 20 hours to it. That's going to be 10 o'clock at night, right? But we still on 11:11. Okay, so we got 3 hours and 30 more minutes that we need to account for, don't we? So if you add 2 more hours to it, that's going to be midnight. So you still got a whole hour and 30 minutes that you need to account for, right? So now 1 hour and 30 minutes, and you have 1 hour. It's ending at 1:30 on 11/12, because this right here turned into the next day. So sometimes you just need to take that big chunk of time and divvy it up. You're like, okay, I know I got 12 hours. It's going to be 12 hours this time. And I know I need this many more hours. I'm going to add to it. So remember, this side is your hours and this side is your minutes, okay? I know that one was a little bit crazy, but sometimes we need a little stuff to kind of break up the monotony of having easy problems, because everybody's problems ain't going to be easy now, are they? I love y'all. Let's go to the next one. And no Coke. No Coke. No Coke. Hey, Trisha. Alrighty. And hey, it's coming in too quick. Oh gosh, I know, right? Okay, hey to everybody who I haven't spoken to, welcome to tonight's session. Alrighty, so your patient has an order to receive a heparin bolus of 1,500 units, followed by an IV drip of 18 units per kilogram per hour. Your patient weighs 255 pounds. You have a heparin vial labeled heparin 1,000 units per ml. A, what will you give your patient for the initial bolus? And B, what will you set your IV pump at for a continuous drip if your 1,000 ml bag is labeled 40,000 units of heparin? All right. P. Patient's prescription and product. So our patient's weight is how much? 255 pounds. Our prescription. Alright, so we got 2 things that we have to look for. One is a bolus, and then the other is a continuous IV drip that's going to go drip, 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 continuously, okay? The bolus is just one amount of ordered prescription of medicine that is given at one time. So we're going to draw that bolus up out the vial, and then we're going to set our IV pump with the bag for our drip, okay? So we'll do the bolus first, okay? So our bolus is requiring 1,500 units. And our product for that is the vial that's labeled 1,000 units per milliliter. Okay, so let's do the bolus. I'm looking for how much to give to my patient for the bolus. So I'm looking for what? Milliliters. Okay, if y'all are liking this session and it's helpful, y'all put some likes out there for me. Thank you. All right, so milliliters. So 1 ml over 1,000 units, okay? And I got that from right there. That's my product. That's my last P, okay? So now I can go to my prescription, which is the 15,000 units. So 1,500 units. I'm gonna cross my units out, and I am left with on the top what it is that I'm looking for. Milliliters. So that's 1,500 divided by 1,000, which is going to equal 1.5 mLs. Do we agree? Do you concur? Yes, I concur. All right. That's the bolus part. So don't let these long problems get you confused. Don't let them get you intimidated. Don't let them get you upset. You can do this, okay? All right? God's plan. Hey, y'all. Hello. Hey to everybody else who I missed. I'm sorry. It comes up so quick. All right. So now that we know how much bolus to give, because our bolus is going to be given so we can get the patient to where it is that we need to be with the heparin drip. So we know that heparin is going to be weight-based. So if we have to have a certain amount in the blood to be therapeutic. If not, it's going to be subtherapeutic. They can develop a clot. It can go to your brain, your heart, your lungs, you die. Hey, so if we give too much, the patient can bleed out, okay? And then they're going to die. So we don't want our patients to die. Alright, so now we have to go to our drip. So I'm going to erase this. Don't y'all come for me. Hey, wait a minute. It's going to be on YouTube. You can go and look back at it if you would like to. A Blessed RN on YouTube. I have my lives on there, okay? Alright. So the prescription for the drip, it says 18 units per kilogram per hour. And then we have our product, which is your medicine, and that's 40,000 units per 1,000 ml bag. Okay, so we are going to be looking for milliliters per hour because it's on the drip, right? So we want milliliters on top and then hour on the bottom. We know this because what is this keyword? IV pump. If it's on an IV pump, it's going to be milliliters per hour. If it's on a drip, it's going to be with a drop factor, it's going to be drops per minute. So we're not dripping this heparin, we got it on the pump, okay? You don't put heparin on a drip like that. You don't put potassium on a drip like that on a dollar flow. You're going to put it on a pump. All right, so back to the question. We are looking for milliliters over hours. So I'm going to start with right here. 1,000 milliliters over 40,000 units. Okay, I always start with what I'm looking for in dimensional analysis. If you do it differently, don't change on behalf of me. This is just the way that I teach it. I tutor it, and it makes sense to people who are not that comfortable. But if you have your way, you keep it, okay? All right, so next is our prescription, our middle P. So 18 units over kilogram per hour, all right? Units gonna cross out. So now we have kilograms on the bottom and hours on the bottom. We need to cross out kilograms because we need milliliters over hour. So next is our patient's weight. That's our last P, right? So 255 pounds. It's in pounds, so we need a conversion because you can't put pounds on top of kilograms and let it cross out. You have to have your conversion, all right? So 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. Boom, boom. So now you can put your pounds on the top, and they cross out as well. And what you left with is milliliter over hour. Scorpio Princess, yes, for the most part it is. And Wednesdays, working out Wednesdays, I come on at 8 p.m. Central Time. Last week kind of had a monkey wrench thrown into my life. My kid had to have a tonsillectomy and adenoidectomy. She's supposed to have a turbinate ablation, but guess what's on back order? The stuff to do it. Fun. So I didn't make it last Wednesday, but I'm here tonight. Alrighty. So 1,000 times 18 times 255 is going to be this extremely long number. If you write it out, don't forget to write out all of your zeros and put them back into the calculator. Now, the way that I solve these problems, I don't write all this down. I put it all into my calculator and press the equal sign, and then I get the answer. But well, for all intents and purposes, we'll write it out tonight. So 40, hold on. What did I write it? Okay, 40,000 times 2.2 is going to be 88,000. All right. So 1,000 times 18 times 255 divide for that 40,000 divide 2.2, and I have got Is that what y'all got? Oh no, my battery's exhausted. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. I'm back on. It died on me. Let's see. Can I get it back? Can I get it back? I wasn't saying anything. I just continued to do the problems. Shock, you can't hold me back, technology. Can you hear now? Yes. Okay. So I'm here. Um. Oh, here I am. Nope, I'm stuck. Yeah, we are going to have a session where I'm stuck. Okay, come on, camera. It says no video signal. Yes, it does. Give me a second, you guys. Is it 7? Let's see. Yeah, 7.18. So that 0.18, you will have to multiply by 60, and that will give you your minutes. So 10.8, which will be like 11 minutes. So 7 hours and 11 minutes. This is so hilarious. Okay, hold on a second. Let's see. Setting. It won't do it. Let's see. Doop, 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 doop. Can we hear? Can we hear? Okay. So we can hear, but we can't see. Just no movement. Okay. Well, I'm going to finish out the session. It will do that. How about that? And yeah, my camera, it died. I don't know what's going on. I can't ever just have one session. One session. Maybe I can get it to charge for a minute, and then we can get a little bit of juice going, and then okay. So can you hear? Can we hear? see and hear. Okay. All right. Okay, we're back. So now let's do this one then. Your patient is ordered for a heparin infusion to start at 18 units per kilogram per hour. His weight is 75 kilograms. The heparin infusion comes in a 500 milliliter bag with 25,000 units. Calculate the starting rate of the infusion. So we want milliliter over hour, okay? So P. Your patient and his weight is 75 kgs. The prescription is that right there. So 18 units per kilogram per hour. And then your product is your medicine, and that's this right here. That 500 mLs per 20,000 units, okay? We are looking for milliliters on the top and hours on the bottom, okay? So we're starting with milliliters. So we'll go to our last P and put that 500 ml over 20. I'm sorry, it's 25,000, not 20,000. I do apologize. I apologize. All right, anywho. So 25,000 units. All right, now we have units at the bottom. We need units at the top so that we can cancel it out, right? So 18 units per kilogram per hour. That's this middle P, all right? Units cross out. Now we have kilograms on the bottom and hours on the bottom, but we just need hours, so we got to cross out our kilograms, right? So we'll use our patient's weight, which is the last P. So 75 kgs. So that's going to cross out, and you're left with milliliter over hour. Now you can 500 times 18 times 75, and that's this big old number divided by 25,000 units, which is 5. Okay, so 675,000 divided by 25,000. That's going to be 27 milliliters per hour. That's how I'm looking right now. All right. A provider orders drug A for a child that weighs 82 pounds. Yeah, you getting it? You getting it? All right, cool beans. The safe dose range for this medicine is 10 to 12 milligrams per kilogram per day. What is the maximum safe daily dose for this child? Hey, it just takes practice. Like seriously, going over these problems, doing it the same way, looking at them, getting used to what it's asking and what you're looking for. It just takes practice. Like it just really takes practice. I've been a nurse for 13 years. I started off as an LPN, so this stuff doesn't come overnight, and you'll get it. You will get it. All right, so a provider orders drug A for a child that weighs 82 pounds. So our patient prescription and product. We don't have a product on this one because we're just looking for the safe dose range. We're not looking for the amount to give to the patient. So we know that this is the medicine that has been ordered, and they can have a range. So a range indicates a lower limit and an upper limit. So if the prescribed amount falls within those two numbers, then it is safe to give. So what we are just trying to figure out based on the weight and the range, the safe dose range, is how much they can get. So what is the least that they can get, and it not be subtherapeutic, and what's the most that they can get without it being toxic, okay? So we're going to use our patient's weight and our safe dose range. So we're looking for milligrams, okay? So we'll start with 10 milligrams over kg per day, okay?
So then we need to cross out our kilograms, don't we? We'll need a metric conversion. So 1 kilogram on the top, 2.2 pounds on the bottom. Your kilograms cross out. Now you can do your patient's weight at the top, and it'll cross out with these pounds right here. And what are you left with? How many milligrams in a day that's the least amount that you can give your patient. So now you can solve. So 10 times 82 divided by 2.2 is going to be 372.72 milligrams per day. That's your lower limit. Okay, so now we go to this 12, and that's going to be the most that you can give. So you will do it the same way. So 12 milligrams per kilogram per day. All right, so then we're needing our kilograms to cross out. So 1 kilogram over 2.2 pounds. The kilograms cross out. Now you can put your patient weight. 82 pounds. The pounds cross out. So multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and divide. So 12 times 82 divided by 2.2. It's going to be 447.27 milligrams per day. So your safe dose range for this patient is going to be that right there. Yes, it is dimensional analysis. You round it up, that's fine. You round according to what they tell you on your instructions, because different places, yeah, different places tell you to do different things. They have different rounding rules. So as long as you get the answer and you round it to how they tell you how to do it, then you're good. And usually, like with those problems, you go to like 2 decimal spaces. Um, do we need to do this a different way? Because this is dimensional analysis. You could do it in a ratio and proportion. You can do it just like not really a formula, because there's not a formula, because it's just giving you the amount right here of how you would find it. So you would just convert your weight from pounds to kilograms first, and then multiply your milligrams by your kilograms, and then that would give you how many milligrams a day. Okay. Glenda, your faces are hilarious. Alrighty. So I got this one and I got another one, okay? Doctor orders 300 milligram of drug B once a day for a child that weighs 72 pounds. The safe dose range for this medicine is 10 to 12 milligrams a day. They still want 10 to 12 milligrams, but okay. Is this safe dose? Is this a safe dose for the patient? Okay. So this one has got giving you the order, it's giving you the patient's weight, and then it's also giving you the safe dose range. So what we're going to do is find the safe dose range. Then we'll look at what's being ordered. And if what's being ordered falls in between that range, in between that range, then it'll be safe. If it's below, it's not safe. If it's above, it's not safe. Okay? So we'll do it like we did the same steps on the other one. 10 milligrams per kg per day. There's 1 kilogram in 2.2 pounds. Kgs cross out, 72 pounds. Okay, so then we're going to figure out 10 times 72, which is 720, divided by 2.2. And that's going to be 327.27 milligrams a day. That's your lower limit. And then we'll find our higher limit. Do it the same way. Just put your 12. 1 kg per 2.2 pounds. And 72 pounds. So 12 times 72 is 864, divided by 2.2 is 392.72 milligrams per day. All right. So let's look at our order now. Our order is this right here. So it's 300 milligrams of drug B once a day. So, mis estudiantes, is this a safe dose? If what's ordered is 300 and your range is 327.27 to 392.72, is this safe? Is it safe? Is it safe? Is it safe? Is it safe? Nope. It's not. Nope. Nope. It's not safe. Not safe. Not safe. Not safe. So why is this not safe? 300 is below this number. This is the least that you can give. This is the most that you can give. Okay? So, this is outside. It's subtherapeutic. If you gave them 300, they need at least 327.27 milligrams because it needs 10 to 12 milligrams per kilogram of body weight a day to be effective. So that's going to be subtherapeutic. So basically they're taking medicine with no effect. So no, it's not a safe dose. It's not a recommended safe dose. Okay? Do you understand why? It has to be at or in between these two numbers that you found for the safe dosage range. Okay? All right. These questions seem to trip up a lot of people. More than the heparin. Below or above is safe. Yep, that's right. Okay. So this is the last one, you guys. Okay, the client weighs 88 kilograms. The nurse is to start a dopamine drip at 5 micrograms per kilogram per minute. The dopamine is labeled 500 milligrams in 250 milliliters of normal saline. How many mLs per hour will the IV infuse? So we're looking for that right there, right? So patient's prescription product, 88 kgs. The prescription, 5 mics per kilogram per minute. So 5 mcg per kg per minute. So then our product, which is dopamine, or according to Glenda, is Coke. It's 500 milligrams per 250 milliliters. Okay? So we are looking. I know, right? So PPP, yes, PPP. It has never failed me yet. All right, so we're looking for question mark ml on the top and hour on the bottom. Let's do it. So what's got the mLs in it? So it's going to be your product, right? So 250. I need to start writing it a little bit lower because I'm going to run into it. My bad. So 250 milliliters over 500 milligrams. Okay, we have micrograms right here. We need milligrams, right? So we're going to have to include a conversion. So milligrams is going to be at the top and micrograms will be at the bottom. So 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. Milligrams crosses out. Boom, boom. So now you can put your middle P, which is your prescription, right here. Your 5 micrograms over kilograms per minute. So micrograms crosses out, okay? Next, our last P. And this one was so gracious enough to put it in kilograms, so we don't even have to include a conversion factor. Look at God. Won't he do it? All right. Kilograms. But look, we have crossed out everything except for milliliters over minutes. We need milliliters over hours. So we need one final conversion so we can have hours at the bottom. So we put minutes at the top. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Your minutes cross out and you're left with milliliters on the top, hours on the bottom, and now you can solve your problem by multiplying across the top, multiplying across the bottom, and then dividing. So 250 times 5 times 88 times 60 divided by 500 divided by 1,000. It's going to be 13.2 milliliters per hour. How y'all feeling about this one?
Y'all okay? Y'all okay? Yes, good, good. Very good, very good. All right. Any questions that you may have about tonight's session? About these questions that we did? It makes sense how you set it up. I always started with kilograms first. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad it makes sense because dimensional analysis can be very tricky. It can be very, very tricky. And I don't know. I think I used to not like dimensional analysis because it was just like too much and you didn't know which ones to use, which elements to start with first, and it just seemed like it was a really long way to go, you know what I'm saying? But as I have done like these sessions and I'm trying to get my camera. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, all right. I still hear the okay, I still hear the audio. All right. Hey, I'm back. So, as I've done like sessions and tutoring and just like gotten wiser over the years, I've come to the conclusion that, you know, dimensional analysis is a girl. It's going to help you figure out every single dosage calculation problem. You know, ratio and proportion is cool. You just have to take a couple more steps, and especially if you're not understanding what it is that you're looking for, you got all this information in in the problem, then you know it's confusing. So dimensional analysis is the way to go. I don't push it on people because some people don't understand it, and that's fine. It whatever way that you can get it, you know, get through school. Get through school. Because honestly 99% of the time you don't even do dosage cap on in the field like that. You just don't. Like, just being honest, you don't. Now I double check heparins, and I'm not in the ICU. I'm a med surg nurse. I am a practicing nurse. I do work. I gotta work tomorrow and Tuesday. So, you know, I don't have any critical drips or like dopamine, lidocaine, amiodarone, like all that. But heparin, yeah, we do give that on the floor quite a bit. So, you know, sometimes I'll double check that. But, you know, just get through school. Find a comfortable method that gets you through it, that gets you to it, and you can do it. And you're gonna pass your NCLEX, and then you're gonna come to these floors and take care of these patients, and you're gonna take care of them safely. So that's it for tonight, you guys. I don't have any more questions. I always use dimensional analysis, but I always mess up my numbers. Sonya, how do you mess up your numbers? Please tell me more. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That made me understand. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You know, PPP, patient prescription product, that's what you're looking for. Concentrate on the concentration. Like, I don't know about you, but the way I made it through school was using these different sayings and relating stuff like Hepapro. The antidote for heparin is going to be heparin. For heparin is protamine sulfate, Hepapro, Coumadin K. Vitamin K is for, you know, the antidote for Coumadin. You run fast on a log, your Novolog, Humalog. That's going to be your rapid insulin. You know what I'm saying? Long Levemir, long Lantus. Things like that helped me get through school, and that stick with me now. You know, and I've been a nurse for 13 years. You know, I started off as EPIN and did home health and long-term care and school nursing, rehab, all that stuff. And then I went back to school for my associates, and then I got my BSN. So I started off with like nephrology patients, so kidney patients, people going dialysis with acute kidney injuries, chronic kidney diseases. Some people need kidney transplant. That was my patient population that I really enjoyed. And med surg, you know, it's med surg. I love med surg. I hate when people talk bad against med surg, because if you're not on death's door and need to go to ICU, and if you're not from the ICU going to a step down, then where are you gonna go? You're gonna go to med surg. All right. So you still have to critically think. You still have to pay attention to labs. You still have to know how to be a nurse on med surg. It's just, you know, some people are just more walkie-talkie than those who are intubated. But yeah, I'm glad y'all joined me tonight. It is always a pleasure to come on here and help my fellow nursing colleagues, students, and professionals alike. If you like this live, I mean, if you like this live, you're still here. If this has helped you, you know, just send out some likes for me. I will be here on Wednesday night. I start at 8 p.m. Central. If y'all have any suggestions on Wednesday, what you would like to study and go over, you can put them down in the chat. You can send them to my DM. I am a person. I am a personable person, so I'm not gonna like, don't text me. I do have personal tutoring, private tutoring. That's it. abrntutoring.com. So if you are looking for a private tutor, yes, I do have those services. But if not, you will come on this live and you can participate in the live, and you can also get something for it. I also post videos throughout the week with breakdown on it. You can look at the replay of tonight's session on my YouTube channel, which is a Blessed RN. Lots of freebie stuff for you nursing students to take advantage of, because I want to see you win. But yeah, this concludes tonight's session. This is Nurse Chat. It's like the post the post conference at clinical problem. But no, this is just where you can ask anything about nursing school, dosage calculation, whatever, before I go to bed. You're welcome. And thank you for joining me tonight. It was nice meeting you. And, you know, just work on that dimensional analysis. It'll come. I promise you, it'll come. You have to. That's one thing about dosage calculations. You have to do these problems. And you have to get, like, the more you do them, the easier that they will come to you. Good night, Glenda. I'll talk to you later. Thank you. And, you know, the more you do it, the easier that it becomes to you. Any suggestions for Wednesday before we leave? I think somebody asked for about pediatric weight-based earlier with a formula. So I'll have to do that one on Wednesday. But any other suggestions? Any other suggestions? Look on here. Nobody on the tube, nobody on the book, nobody in this chat. All right, so we will call it. Glenda. I thought you were gone. I thought you were gone. Oh my gosh. Okay, bye. Heparin and IV time elapse and weight-based